All right, a brand new Jann Arden album is coming your way tomorrow. That is Not Your Little Girl from the album These Are the Days. We're going to give you a live performance of that song. Well, Jann is not us. In the next half hour. But first, here is the woman behind the music. Jann Arden back in our studio talking about the new album, These Are the Days. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it always feels good when a record comes out. I've been sitting on this one for a while. It was finished last May.
So you've been holding back because you've been busy doing other things.
Yeah, I had nowhere to put it in last year, so it feels really good. I'm really proud of this record.
Let's talk about, first of all, your schedule leading up to this record. You were here in November. You were talking about your book, Feeding My Mother, which was a really beautiful portrayal and chronicling of your journey with two parents living with dementia. Then you went on tour. Now you've got the album out. Just one of those things? Is
yeah,
a lot for someone.
I was doing them at the same time, and honestly, they worked really well off of each other. My mom snuck into this album a few times, so I certainly wrote about that a little bit. And you know, the book was just kind of a long form of this record. It felt good. It made sense to do them at the same time. It really did.
What do you love about this album?
I wrote most of the songs with Bob Rock. Bob Rock, just Google him. Anyone that can spend 2 years in a room with Metallica is okay in my books, and that's what he did. There's actually a documentary with him, with those guys. He and I wrote together. We'd never written together before. We've done 3 other records before this one. And he's just like, let's try writing together. And I thought, that is the weirdest combo ever. But it wasn't. It turned out to be something really whimsical and magical. And left to my own devices, I'm really on the ballad side of things, and this record is not a record of ballads. It's there's a few on there, of course, that are very signature me, but you know, Bob Rock brings a lot of rock and roll to the table and a lot of textures and vibes, and he's such a talent.
You are such a talent, too.
Well, this is his record as much as it is mine, and that's the truth.
Let's talk about a special that was shot in your hometown of Calgary.
Yes.
We also learned, I mean, if you follow Jann on Instagram, I do. Your photos are great. Your postings are great. I feel like I know what you're thinking and feeling right along with you. But this I love. This I've shown to other people. You have a treehouse.
Yeah,
Jann.
well, when my dad was really sick, you know, he always wanted to have a treehouse, and I thought, when is someday? You know, someday. He always said, someday I'm going to build a treehouse. And he never did. So 2.5 years ago, I had the guy that built my house. I said, Phil, have you ever built a treehouse with a drawbridge? No, I'll just go on the internet. I'll figure it out. So that was that.
Do you use that treehouse?
I use it all the time. I write out there. I can get the internet out there. I know it sounds kind of, but there's a little heater out there. You can sleep out there, although I've never slept out there yet.
Oh, Jann.
I'll wait for you and your kids to come.
You know what? I do not even tempt me with that invitation. I will take it.
We'll probably get cold at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we'll trail back into the house because we'll get scared.
I love it. I'll be there.
It's great.
All right,
we
showed a clip on International Women's Day and today as well from your single "Not Your Little Girl." Fantastic video. Tell us the story behind that. Powerful lyrics.
You know, this was kind of pre the Me Too movement and the Time's Up. This was written, you know, going back almost 2 years, and I think it caught up to itself. For me, it was very much about kind of a song about people that told me no in my life, and people that had opposed me, or people that put things up in my way, or that told me I was too fat and ugly to ever make it in the music business. Or, you know, I actually got told things like that, like sitting across from people, from men mostly. But you know, it's been a journey, and that song was a reminder to me to keep my shoulders back, to keep my feet on the ground, and to move forward. But, you know, I think women really got onto it, International Women's Day, and just said, this is our anthem. This is something we're going to take as our own, which I do not mind at all.
Your experiences that you write about, you know, both on Instagram when you share or in your album now, they're incidents people have lived, right? You talk about the stuff that all of us go through. We can identify with your music. And this album, although it isn't out wide yet, you've had your review from your mother, who says that it is the best album in the world.
It is.
That's official.
Yeah, it's my mom did review that, and she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I'm, you know, I think it's the best work I've done in 20 years. I know artists say that all the time, But honestly, I worked with great people. I worked with a great photographer to do all the artwork, and that's a big part of it for artists. His name is Alkin Emin, and he's a Toronto.
Your photos, I've been following them. Amazing.
He's a Toronto guy, and, you know, we shoot in his apartment, and he puts me in his partner's clothes all the time. He's like, here, wear James's shirt. I'm like, okay. But the whole package, Universal has been my champions. I've been with this label for 26 years.
Wow.
I started my career with them, and I'm sure I'll finish my career with them. But, you know, I have to give them credit. They don't make a lot of money off of me. None of us make records anymore and think we're going to do 100,000 pieces or make $500,000 or it doesn't work that way anymore. So Universal still gives me money to make these records. They put all their machinery behind me and promote me and get out there and support me. And I cannot thank them enough. But they really believe in the work that I'm doing, and they believe that art is important. And I wouldn't be doing it without Universal. I just wouldn't.
Well, you're going to perform 2 of the songs from this
We're
album
gonna
for us.
call it performance, but we don't know what it's going to be.
Of course, it's going to be great.
For you, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and we showed up and sound checked, and the band's here, and we're
Appreciate
ready.
it.
We're all drunk, but we're ready to go. No, I don't even drink.
Jan told my kids yesterday, by the way, I should mention really quickly, I have a really strong personal connection to you, which you didn't know.
I
But
didn't.
When I was in the OR and delivering the triplets, your song was playing, and Good Mother came on, and I remember, you know, laying there thinking, this is a good omen to be hearing Good Mother as I become a mother.
I met your kids yesterday. All 3 of them came out of your tiny little body.
Yes. And Jan told them that she was going to sleep overnight so she could do sound check in
And
the
they
morning,
believed me.
her.
They believe me. No, thank you for that. I think those stories are always so special to me to hear them. Like I think that's fantastical. Is that a word?
It is now.
It's fantastical.